Okay, so I think, Ziha, can you continue our
Yeah.
next question?
Okay. Hi, Miss Lee. My name is Siha. Which crisis management techniques, in your experience, work best, and which one require improvement?
Mm, which crisis management techniques? I think it's a leadership first and foremost. I think the leadership has a big role to play and in the organization. So we have to have a strong leadership to lead the incident management team. Just now I mentioned to lead this incident management team, and because to define the roles and responsibility of every member. Like I mentioned, the doctor have to come up with certain guidelines for the employees. What are the safe, we have to come up with safe working environment for our employees, and also to find out the latest health directive, health ministry punya directive, because if you remember those days always change, directive from the health ministry. We always also hear, from the health minister himself, masa tu. So that is very important. Number one, the strong leadership that define the roles and responsibility of each incident management team member. So when you convene every day, kita ada meeting every day, like I mentioned. So everybody has a role to update. Then to ease the decision of what is the next step needs to be done. Secondly, is clear and transparent communication. After each meeting, me and my team has to deliver this communication every day to our employees, or even letters to different ministries or different stakeholders, to customers, or so all this communication has to be clear and transparent, and also timely. It's very important. I'd like to emphasize again, timely communication is very important, because you cannot keep quiet. People don't know what's happening. Staff also getting a little bit scared. Family matters get scared. So we have to tell them the company has done this, done that, and that, and also what we provide to the people. The company provide a lot of things to our staff first and foremost. When they come in, we provide them with face masks. We provide hand sanitizer to everybody, to their family members as well. So we provide face masks and hand sanitizers to the staff and their family members. So and then they come to work with safe environment, and the site incident management team even start to allow office support functions to work from home. Whoever can work from home, we work from home. That gives them a peace of mind. Those who are working in operations and maintenance, they can't, because they have to be in the plant. So these are the group of people that we really take care of them. And because food shops are closed, we even provide food for the staff that's working on site as well. Yeah. As long as the pandemic is still on, we provide food for our staff. So these are the crisis management, that we provide during that, and I think it works best. It works best. Yeah, it works best, and we also set up. We want people to come in to work in a safe environment again. So we even set up desks that is protected from each other, where you have a barricade. Either is like macam you pergi kiosk kan, individual sitting like that. So for an office that have quite a number of people, we provide the barricade. So you have to wear your face mask 24/7. You cannot remove your face mask, and you always have to have used the sanitizer. And if you sit in your office, you have to be 1 feet or 1 meter. Sorry, our what was 1 meter, 3 feet away from each other when you sit working. Yeah. So all this we implement as what the health ministry advises, if not more stringent. We did not loosen, but it can be even more stringent. And people coming to work those days has to do COVID test. You have to do a test. So people coming to work must be free from COVID as well. So we have our own team there, paramedic team, they will have to do. And we queue up for our vaccination. So our staff are vaccinated on time as per requirement. So all these were our crisis management techniques for this. In terms of crossing border, because we are located in Gebeng, people who are staying in Kuantan are still within that vicinity, but we have colleagues who stay in Kemaman. If you're familiar with East Coast, Kemaman is Terengganu, So, but then we are Gebeng is considered Pahang, but Kemaman coming to Gebeng is only 30 minutes. So we have quite a number of colleagues staying in Kemaman as well. So once your address is Kemaman, you can cross border lah, datang kerja every day. Every day. So this is also another hassle. We have to get clearance from the police, because remember those days we have police roadblock at every border. We have to get clearance from the ketua police and get letter. Can we endorse on their letter of not? Then our HR has to generate all these letters for them to be stamped by the ketua police, so they can come to work without problem, because our shift starts at 6:45 in the morning. So most of them have to come in for shift to ensure that they have the right handover of shift and things like that. So all these minor things were being taken care of or being discussed in the site incident management team to come up with the best solution to eliminate risk of non-production, to eliminate risk of people could not turn up for work, to eliminate risk of non-delivery of our products, and of course to eliminate risk of people getting infected with COVID at that point of time. And your question says which ones require improvement. In my own view, I think the management has done a lot. The management is willing to meet up every day, including public holidays and weekends. Girls, I think they are really doing. We are part of the management team because we support communication. So we don't know how we passed through that almost 2 years. But then I think which one requires improvement in my view, maybe social media. We did not really have time, or we have a small team. So for permanent, I think I myself has Ain and Amira, so we have a small team. So our hands are all, focusing on this. If really you want me to pick one, what needs to be improvement, maybe social media monitoring or more transparency in social media. That we did not do, because it's quite a hush topic. Is a lot of uncertainty, and so posting social media, what could be the content, we did not really have time or to do that lah. So maybe that part, I think maybe could explore what could be done more in the social media part.
All right. For the next questions will be asked by
Mhm.
our friend Randy. Can you proceed to the question?
Okay. The next question is, what action would you recommend if you could revamp the crisis management plan to better manage a comparable situation in the future?
Mm, for this incident, I think, like I mentioned, I think we have done a lot. We have tried to do a lot to better manage a comparable situation in the future. I think with this, my takeaway would be, I think we have better connection with a lot of authorities and government agencies after this. So what could be improved in the situation? I hope the plan, I am no doubt that we have a proper crisis management plan. Is when you involve with another party, their response to you or their information to you are not within our control. Yeah. So I think what we learn here is we, after working through this crisis, I think we have a stronger connection with associations. For me, especially because 2020 is a year where I enter corporate affairs back. If you notice, I came back 2020 and it starts. So I really have a I really have a rocky start. It's a new role I'm holding, and I have to manage this biggest crisis. So I think I thought you can build up your your role or your connection, maybe step by step kan, tapi tak ada, no chance you I step into the role straight away is a crisis. So I think from after that I have learned to connect to a lot of association focal person, the government focal person, which in HR you do not liaise with all these focal person. When I was in HR, I liaise with only the Jabatan Kerja and also the IRER, and that's it. Yeah. But then it really helps me in particular to have all these connections, and on top of that the doctor has good connections with the local health department, the pejabat, what do you call it, kesihatan PKD daerah Kuantan. And then also our legal has good connection with the police, and so our company has better connections to the local authorities and also the government agencies. So touch wood, we don't want that, but then again, if anything happens, then we can, hopefully we can work faster, because as I answered your first question or second question earlier, I felt the directive given to us was not clear, everywhere. Nobody can tell us exactly what you do. So maybe hopefully with this, better connections, and all the people that we have gained acquaintance and connected throughout this, we hope we will improve on better manage with faster accuracy of information received. Yep. That will
Right.
help in crisis. Actually, that will help because time is also another essence in crisis. Yeah, it's very important that things are managed in a responded in a fast manner, and of course in a periodic manner. Okay.
Right. We proceed to the last question that is going to be asked by Sarah. So can you proceed with the question, Sarah?
Okay, this is the last question. What three crucial step or action would you suggest from the standpoint of corporate comm to improve the organization crisis response?
Three.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, three crucial steps that would you suggest from the standpoint of your corporate communication department to improve your
Okay.
the BASF Petronas chemicals crisis response?
We have quite a established crisis communications in place already. Yeah, because of our parent company. As I mentioned, BSF and Petronas both are very reputable and established organization. Yeah, especially long standing were BSF. BSF has been chemical manufacturing for more than a century. So I think they have a very, and we have adopted the crisis Comm manual. Yeah, the manual, what you should do and what is should be ready and things like that. We have already a very established crisis response manual there. So if you ask me personally, I would suggest our corporate communications team to look into more, because of the current what do you call that, current trend or current digitalization of AI and things like that. I would hope that maybe we can develop maybe more digital apps that can, because now we are still using email, MS Teams, within the organization. I talk about internal first, yeah, internal stakeholders, yeah. So we're using in emails and MS Teams, and unofficial would be WhatsApp chat group. Yeah. So in terms of crisis, I mentioned again, we need to, inform the mess. In the mess, we have about 900 over staff, but we have contractors working on site. So every day we have 1,000 plus working on site. That is normal day. When we have a turnaround, we have 3,000 people working on site. And tell you honestly, we had a turnaround during COVID because we cannot stop the turnaround when it's scheduled for maintenance. So the how to reach out to the mass, we only use emails, MS Teams, and also WhatsApp group. So maybe if possible, I would like to explore that we could have blasting apps or what kind apps that people can get it on their handphones, regardless of, because we have two types. We have company handphones and personal handphones. When it's corporate handphones, when it's company laptops and company handphones, you have limitation. Yeah, you understand, big organizations, they don't allow you to have, funny things in your laptops, and also unauthorized what. So maybe one crucial steps maybe to see how apps can help us to blast our information or directions. Yeah, stay at home today, don't come to work, that kind of thing. You have to do it now. You cannot like wait, people will be start moving and things like that. Or it's getting bad, stay away from what, all this information has to be blast out. So maybe we can tap on digitalizations to improve the speed of communications. And second, again, from my own perspective, I think we can improve more of crisis communication in social media platforms. BPC or BSF Petronas Chemicals has social media platforms in LinkedIn, Facebook, and also Instagram so far for now. So maybe we can explore how to improve communication in using social media as our bridge to the external stakeholders. Yeah.
Right. Unfortunately, we
Yeah.
are reaching at the end of our interview session. And on behalf of my team, I sincerely appreciate your insightful comments about your crisis organization, about your organization. So, Mrs. Lee,
Mhm.
would you like to provide us with one last piece of advice regarding handling
Mhm.
the communication in a corporate crisis before we wrap up our interview session today?
Oh, okay, sure. I'll try my best. I think you have heard from, I like this tagline, something like, you build a reputation for 20 years, but you will sort of killed it within seconds. It's something along that line. Means the company has been in operations for 26 or 7 years now. Yeah. So if we do not do justice when we have a crisis, I think the company reputation will be just jeopardized or tarnished within seconds. One people can start because with now social media and now with all this, if one remark in the social media and people starts to react to it, it can blow up to a very big issue. Yeah. So I think that's why crisis management is very important. So it has to be very, very careful managing crisis. How can we do it? Because it's normal that people panic. Honestly, when you get a call in the midnight or when you get a meeting invite for a crisis management team from the crisis management team, you start to worry already. That is our nature. So, but sometimes things you know what you should do, but during that point you just forgot what you should do. Because you are panicked, you are worried, you become everywhere, because when something especially with some incident already, you scared people will die, you scared people will, being hospitalized, you worried of this human being, and then you have to worry about the plant condition. What if they deteriorate? What if, because, but again, we prioritize human over the property, but then two has to be looked into. So what I think my piece of advice is, I think we need to be prepared, because you will be lost. Honestly, you will be lost. You will be everywhere. So what needs to be done? We have to be prepared. How to prepare? You have a step to step. You have a step to step crisis comm. If this happen, what should you do first? Number one, you know, and then if that happen, what scenarios? Different scenarios, and how do you practice your scenarios? Then we do mock-up drill, we do crisis drill, yeah, we do trainings. So this has to cannot be neglected. And people always say, it won't happen to me, it won't happen to me, kan? People always say on the positive note, no lah, it won't happen, it won't happen. Yes, we hope that it won't happen, but we just need to be prepared. Yeah, so that is very important. Once you're prepared, you can skew back your thoughts, you can bring yourself back to the manual, or to the kitab, just refresh your memory, because this kind of things doesn't happen every day. Like we do it every day, you'll be like at fingertips. No, because you don't want this to happen, but it does happen. So it might happen once in a year, or 2 times a year, or bigger ones that happen like 10 times, 10 years once, and things like that. So once you have this manual in place, you know what you should do, who you should reach out, what support you need, everything is there. So it helps you to maneuver or navigate the action plan, the communication plan. Just have to be, the leadership has to be a very calm and a very collected kind of personality that doesn't make you more panic. I hope the leader is also very important. So that's how my piece of advice in handling communication. Actually, I wanted to share you something just for your information. Um, how does this plan looks like?
Oh, good, good. You can share one with us so that we can
Can
put it
I
as,
share?
or yeah, you can share it. Just click the share button there.
Can you see my screen now?
Absolutely.
So as I mentioned, they are reproduced from our BSF. They are very well versed and long in the business, so they have very very comprehensive plan. So this is what we have. So like I mentioned, if you are prepared, then you just lost, then it's a good refresher for you to pick it up and say, if something happened, what should I do? So we have all this, what you should do, whether you want to be proactive or you want to be reactive, or kind of statements and so forth. Yeah. So this also define the decision from the SIMT, whether it depends how major the incident is and how proactive you want to be in your press release. Yeah. The right information must be provided at the right time. If it's unverified, we cannot publish it. So all this factual has to be correct, and that's why we need the incident management team to sit together and provide you the latest information. Yeah. So we have this, what you should do part, and the working documents. We also prepare templates already. So you don't have, I know we have ChatGPT now, but you have your business and your brand voice and your different scenarios that is relevant to your business. Yeah. So we have also like, how do you form your holding statements? We also have guide here. and then what kind of scenarios that we think very related to our business, what could happen, what the worst scenario may happen. Yeah, so these are some of the examples, and we even have written templates already, statements, so you can just plug and use which one is relevant to you. So like it's the speed of communication that I'm talking about again. So if you have all this ready, then you will minimize the time that you use to produce. And of course, we have to also be well versed with our own products. We have so many products that we need to know, because you need to know the chemical characters of the products, and also what is the impact during the crisis. Because we are in a chemical industry, so these are very important. This is in a chemical database. And what are the characteristics? We call it the material safety data sheet. So you know what is the impact if these chemicals are spilled, or the impact to the environment, to the people. So how do we contain it and things like that. Yeah, so we have all this ready. And of course, what are the roles and responsibility of the people that needs to be working on this are, so we have all these contact numbers, we have all these emergency contact numbers, we have also the external BASF and Petronas, our parent company's contact. We even have all the government agencies contact, all this, because this come in handy when you need to work during the incident. Okay, this is what we have, and it works well for now for us. So I think we this has to be updated as well, definitely, yeah, to ensure it is the latest information.
Well, that's interesting of the resources that your organization has, Mrs. Lee.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah. Hope this
uh, so
gives you
yeah.
the idea,
Mm,
yeah, of why is this. It's really important to have this manual. It could be a very thick book. Actually, it's a very thick book, but we want to be covered that, in
mm,
terms of anything happen,
mm.
we are prepared. That's the keyword. Yeah.
All right, Mrs. Lee, unfortunately, we are reaching at the end of our interview session. So once again, thank you so much, Mrs. Lee, for joining our interview session as a part of our segment. We really, really appreciate your comments, your thoughts regarding on your crisis about your organization, and uh, we hope that all information that you gave to us, we it will be insightful and will be more knowledgeable to all five of us who are going to be
I hope
interested
so.
in working in BSF Petronas Chemicals in the future.
My
Terima kasih,
pleasure.
terima kasih, Mrs. Lee. So before we leave, can we have like a little bit of capture time, even though you're not on the camera, but it's like we want to like all of us have a like a picture with you. Is it fine with you, Mrs. Lee?
Yeah, sure. You can take.
Okay. It's fine if you didn't don't turn on the camera.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So semua standby. Satu, satu, dua, tiga. Okay, one more.
Nice.
Satu. One last one. Satu, dua, tiga. All right. Thank you so much, Mrs.
Nice.
Lee, for interview. Terima kasih, Mrs. Lee. Thank you so
My
much.
pleasure.